Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to episode 30 of Goodbye Bullshit, Hello Happiness. I'm your host, Atusa. Welcome. Today, I thought it's a good idea in light of current events to talk about how we can bring peace to the world. We all, I think everyone, majority of us, have a good intention and want to see a more peaceful, loving, kinder world, not just for ourselves, but for our children, for our grandkids, for the future generations as well. And also, based on what I was talking about last episode about forgiveness, bringing it all together is the fact that, from my perspective, what you are desiring in the world, you must first achieve it for yourself and in your own life. Just like as they talk about the global warming and how each person can help by consuming less, by using products that are more recyclable, using less energy, all that, it happens individually. The impacts of it happens globally and in the world as well. So is the same for peace, love, and kindness. If we want a world that is peaceful, loving, and kind, we must first achieve it in our own home, for ourselves first, actually. And the way you do that is going, again, sitting with yourself, going inside, finding out what it's inside of you, all those triggers that you have that's not allowing for you to be peaceful in your life, not allowing for you to be loving and kind to yourself, finding those spots and releasing them, healing them. And part of that release and healing is forgiveness as well. Forgiveness is really an important part, not just forgiving the people, but a generational healing and forgiveness is required as well, especially to be able to heal the world around us. We have been consumed as either, whether it's by gender issues, racial issues, there are specific geographical issues, as you can see, that has passed down from generation and generation. And the only way that we're going to stop it is by forgiving the past and releasing it and healing it. And again, forgiving is not for us to say we're forgiving by saying that all that has happened was okay and was good and dismissing it. But forgiveness is basically a reset, saying that we are not going to carry that heaviness, those burdens of the past forward anymore. And achieving all of that internally first, also, it's very important for yourself individually. And as I've seen with myself, with my clients that come to me, that whatever work you do individually for yourself in terms of your healing, releasing, forgiveness, and just living a better life and finding more peace and love for yourself, it translates into what happens for those people around you as well, especially for your immediate family, whether it's your parents, your husband, your partner, your wife, your kids, grandkids. It translates into their lives as well, because that energy that you release moves forward and backwards as well, meaning it goes back generations and forward generations, and it manifests into what's happening in your life right now. So it's very important, again, not just for your core immediate family, but also for our own world. And the best way I can guide you is, again, taking time, really making it a priority, making it part of your daily routine, even that you take time during each day, as much time as you can dedicate to it. And it can even be ongoing thing in the background as you're doing your work or other things, that whenever you're being triggered, going inside and finding out where that trigger is coming from. And once you find those spots in yourself, you find those, you want to call it personas, avatars, whatever it is that you've been carrying, once you find it, the first step is acknowledging it and accepting it. And the acknowledgement and acceptance sort of validates that it's present. And it removes the judgment, it removes the heaviness of it, and it brings it to the forefront that you're saying it's okay. This is present inside of me, that this emotion, this feeling, these thoughts are all present and it's okay. So that's why the first step is, after seeing it, recognizing it, is acknowledgement and acceptance, because it takes that intensity of it down and takes the judgment out of it. Once you accept it and acknowledge it, then from that place, you can start forgiving not just, again, the immediate people that were part of that, whatever event that was happening that caused those emotions and feelings and thought processes in you, but also forgiving yourself. That's another important part, because that's, again, another act of self-love. And forgiving, if it's something generational that you find, forgiving the generations before you that brought that into your life. And again, forgiveness, be kind to yourself. It goes in layers. There are things that we say, hey, I thought I forgave it, but it's still present. So be kind and easy and gentle. It does go in layers. And once you forgive it, then you can start to shift and reprogram and see your choices, that you have choice and choosing differently, and bringing more love and peace and kindness to yourself. Again, all of it starts with you. So during the day, find ways to be loving and kind to yourself, finding gratitude for yourself, for your body. Just imagine during the day, how many of us get up and we are criticizing our bodies, we're criticizing the effort we put in, criticizing even maybe our kids or family members for things that they're not doing properly, or they should be doing, they need to be doing. So all that judgment and criticism that's been happening, let it go, release it, so that you can bring more peace and love and gratitude to your daily life and daily routines. Start your day with gratitude and love for your body, for things in your life, for just the pure abundance, especially for those of us in the Western world. There's so much abundance that we forget on a daily basis. The abundance of just the choices you have, the abundance of food, your clean water, the hot water in your shower that comes about, your clothes, that you have so many options in everything. Your Amazon delivery person, you're a grocery delivery person. So start your days, even if you're not actively releasing and healing the past, there are other ways that you can bring peace and love to your world, and therefore bring that love and awareness to the people around you and extending it. It does have a ripple effect. Again, just like we're talking about global warming, that each of us are responsible and we need to consume less and do things. The same is true for the attitude, the energy we're putting out into this world. So spend the time, again, first thing, go inside to remove your own blockages, triggers, anything that's blocking you from bringing love and peace and kindness to yourself and to your environment. And if you cannot start there to release those things, at least start a daily practice of gratitude and love for yourself, for the things you have, for just what's around you, and the abundance. The other part is kindness. Kindness and compassion. Again, start with yourself. We all do our best. We get up, we're trying our best every day. And no matter what, whoever you bring, I can tell you that they're doing their best from the place they're at. Each day, we are moving, we are being reborn each day into a new person. We are shifting. We're never, I talked about stillness this week, and that in that stillness, you find your direction. And that is so true, that even if you think you're not moving, if you think you're stuck, I can guarantee you and show you that you are moving, because life, the way it is, it works in cycle, phases, shifts, and it's in constant motion and it's constantly moving. So you can never be truly stuck. You are always moving and you are always doing your best. So have some kindness and compassion to yourself, and for your life and what you are doing for yourself, for your family, for your children, for your work, whatever it is. Be proud of yourself. That's another thing. I think a lot of times we're waiting for other people to be proud of us and say to us that we're doing a good job. Say that to yourself. Recognize how much of an effort you put in each day and all the things you accomplish each day. And again, even those small, gradual movements, and remind yourself each day you are being born a new person, given new opportunities, new choices, new ways to look at life and be in this life. And the more, again, you shift into that kindness and compassion for yourself, you get to be kind and compassionate with the people around you, with your family, with the world around you. Again, that ripple effect. And part of that kindness and compassion, I've said this in my post and in my book as well, that I'm grateful for the villains in my life story. And it is true because they've played an important part in my life. And even those villains, once you look at their life and what they have done, and again, how they came to be into those people that became sort of the villains, they've had their stories as well. They've had their hardships and they've gone through their own struggles. So forgiving them and having compassion for, their path and what has brought them, makes it easier to forgive, makes it easier to be kind and compassionate. And I think a lot of people have a hard time with forgiveness because they feel if they're forgiving, if they're kind and compassionate to those that have done them wrong, it means that they're inviting them to their lives and inviting them, saying it's okay, and they then they have to be or need to be in their lives. No, that's not necessarily true. You can send love to people, you can forgive them, you can have compassion for their journey, and yet still not have them be a part of your life and part of your life story, and don't interact with them. But removing that, whatever it is, hate, anger, frustration, sadness, all those, again, the heaviness, the ties that you have built, that's what we're here talking about, releasing. Each one of us, we are all individually responsible for what is happening in this world, with all the wars, famine, everything that's happening. We are ultimately are responsible, because we each of us has to remove their part, their hold on the past, whether it's your immediate past in this lifetime or generational social stuff. We are all responsible for releasing it and healing it, if we want to leave a world behind for the generations that are coming that's a more kind, compassionate, loving world that we leave them. So start with yourself, start being kinder, loving to yourself, and find ways that you can be compassionate with yourself. Find ways that you can be proud of yourself and see your own accomplishments, and bring peace into your life. And each day when you wake up, remind yourself of all those things that you're grateful for, that you love. Remind yourself of all the abundance around you, and remind yourself that it's a brand new day and you get to be reborn in this brand new day with the sunrise that's coming up, that you get to realize and choose differently in this day that you are reborn. You're not the same person as yesterday, so you can have different choices, different options, and different viewpoint, and see things differently. Just because it happened yesterday doesn't need to happen again. You don't need to bring it to this day. And yeah, just my hope is that we all find the peace in our heart for ourselves. We find kindness and compassion for ourselves. So that's the only way that we can bring peace into this world and release what's been happening. And it's not as hard as you think. It is doable. So don't give up hope. And there's so many people that are here and ready to help you on your journey and your path. Ask for help, reach out, find friends, family, anybody that can help you, and stop living in carrying the old stories forward. This physical lifetime that we've lived, we've developed many stories, many avatars, many personas, and it's time to see which one of those is not serving a purpose anymore, and letting them go, and being more aligned, keeping the ones that you like. I'm not saying get rid of all your personas or avatars. There might be ones that you enjoy and you want to keep, but keep the ones that are more in line with who you want to be, who you strive to be, who is more kinder and compassionate and loving. And yeah, as always, I'm here if there's anything I can do to help, or if these talks are helping you, and you like me to cover a topic, let me know. If you like to come on the show and have a chat with me, come on. I encourage you to come and be here as well. But truly, truly, I hope each of us takes the time to see what we're carrying forward in terms of the past, what's been passed down generationally, whether it's racial, whether it's gender, whether it's class, social classes, whether it's the geographical areas. I know the part of the world I'm from, there's a lot of geographical hatred that has been happening for many, many years and many generations. So I hope and invite all of you to look at all those things that you're carrying, not just in this lifetime, but from previous, what's been passed down to you, and release those, release the anger, release the hate, release those dramas, so that we can all help bring more peace and kindness and compassion to this world. Nobody, not, I don't think anybody wants to see war, but yet each one of us in our own way, we have these internal wars and struggles going on and happening, that we're not contributing that as an energy that's been affecting this world as well. So start with you, begin the journey with you. You know, everybody knows Gandhi's famous words, or I think now there's a, also that one is a drama of who said it first, but whoever said it first, be the change you want to see in this world. And that doesn't mean outwardly, but again, be that change. If you want peace, the change begins with you. Find peace with yourself. If you want more love in your life and your world, that love comes from inside of you. Be more loving, kind to yourself. You want more compassion in the world, be compassionate with yourself. The change, the journey begins with you. I love you all. I'm grateful for you, and really hoping and praying for a resolution and better days for everyone in Ukraine, Russia, and all around the world, that in all those areas that there's struggle happening at this point. Sending you much love, peace, and gratitude. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.